Hello, I'm your host Connor. Today, we will be looking at a SCP-7429. This one is not for the weak of heart. Object Class: Keter Species Designation: Homo coloratura, Sculpted Man. Physical Description: SCP-7429 is no longer just a sound. It is a parasitic organism that uses the human body as its chrysalis and ultimate form. It is the end product of the infection described in the documentation. A mature SCP-7429 specimen stands approximately 7 feet, 2.1 meters, tall. It is an emaciated bipedal humanoid, but its anatomy is fundamentally broken and reshaped. The shell. The most jarring feature is that the creature's entire skeletal structure has been exuded outside its flesh. This outer carapace is a chaotic, porcelain white matrix of fused ribs, fibulae, and cranial fragments. The bone is not grown naturally. It looks carved into interlocking, impossible geometries and sharp, razor-thin spires that form a cage around the torso. The flutes, the long bones, arms and legs, have elongated and merged. The femurs form two hollow, jointless pillars for legs. The radius and ulna of the arms have braided together, forming complex, spindly, multi-jointed claws. Crucially, thousands of small, mathematically precise apertures. Holes are drilled through these external bones. The head. The skull has collapsed backward and fused into the spine, forming a rigid, curved crest of bone that looks like a fossilized harp. Where the face should be is a smooth, featureless mask of hardened, recursive bone growth, with only a small, vertical, lipless slit used for vocalization. The integument. The remaining musculature and organs are pulled taut inside this bone cage. The skin is a bruised, deep purple and is translucent, stretched to the point of tearing across the external skeleton. The internal organs are visible but unrecognizable, having been compressed into dense, dark nodules of tissue to maximize the hollow acoustic chamber of the rib cage, behavior, and life cycle. The monster is entirely blind and deaf to ambient sound, relying purely on vibration. It spends much of its time in a dormant, statuesque pose, mimicking architectural ruins or modern art to ambush prey. When it moves, it does so with terrifying, erratic speed, its bone-on-bone joints producing a grinding shriek. It hunts not to eat, but to propagate. The attack: propagation. The entity does not kill with teeth or claws. It captures a victim and wraps its elongated, multi-jointed arms around them in a containment embrace. The intricate bone claws interlock, locking the victim against the monster's chest cavity. Once secured, SCP-7429 begins to vibrate its entire exoskeleton. It forces air through the thousands of holes in its bones, generating a complex, paralyzing 14 Hz infrasonic resonance. The song. This resonance causes immediate Phase 2 degeneration in the victim. The monster's vibrations are physically transmitted into the victim's skeleton. In a ritualistic display, the monster uses its sharp exterior bone spurs to rhythmically tap, shave, and carve the soft flesh of the victim, while its own resonant frequency begins to physically restructure the victim's calcium, molding them into a new Homo coloratura. The victims are kept conscious throughout the entire 1 to 2 hour conversion process, their final screams forming the high-pitched harmonic layer of the entity's signature propagation song.